Today, the Father has revealed to you that you are born of immortality. You will be transformed into the image that I present to you in the glory that I provide to you as you gaze upon my face. In the same way that you have carried the image of the earthly, even Adam, I have anointed you, altered you, and called you to carry the image of my person, as well as the wind of my spirit and the authority of my throne. The adoption of sons is something that I have given you the authority to participate in. As a result of my name and the sacrifice that was made at Calvary, you are not only an heir, but you are also a joint heir, a co-inhabitant in my glory. All that men with natural brains are capable of understanding are natural things, but I have given you my mind so that you might think like I do and see things the way I see them. Before Adam ever emerged from the dust from which I fashioned him, I am the personification of the glory, the very outraying of divinity that built you and erected the heavens. I am the one who created you. This is your hour, says God. And this is your moment to not only reflect my splendor as an opaque mirror, but also to refract my brilliance like the prism that shows the 7 colors of light, even my signature of promise to never again ruin the world by water. This is your moment. I have raised you up, says the Father, and I have seated you in your rightful place in the upper realms. In the name of the Son, I have made you a son, and the righteousness that you possess is mine. Don't look to a man and don't look to an angel, but look to the effulgence of my light and my glory that surrounds you and fills you, and in which you are seated in power and majesty far above all principalities and powers and any name that is named. Men will not be able to stop you, nor will the teachings of men or the ego of the strutting, religious despots who have no authority to deny who you have become as I appear in you and cause you to be on earth as I am in heaven in order to keep you from being what you have become. The crowds assemble, and they are able to hear the sound, yet they are unable to see the sun. On the other hand, I tell you that in my splendor, these things are nothing more than forgettable scribbles written by children. They gather to watch polished presentations and professional production qualities. I have entered you and you have entered me, and my eternal, glorious, irreducible life is thus transforming you into the image that I have ordained, even the perfect image of the only begotten, the firstborn of many brethren. However, the power and the majesty of my person on the inside of you is lifting you to higher heights and deeper depths that do not require conferring with flesh and blood. This day is lifting you to these higher heights and deeper depths. The Father conveys to you today that the moment has come for you to be promoted. After a race that was well run, you are going to break the tape and win the trophy for the race. You feel the beating of the heart of an eagle saint in your chest, and your time spent in the hen yard of holy men who sell poultry has come to an end. God has seen that you have been one who has walked a long journey with me, and I have seen that. I have also seen your constancy while others have turned away from you. When it comes to mastering the wisdom of my kingdom, you are not a novice. As soon as you feel the winds of my spirit blowing, you have an ear that is able to hear, which allows you to receive my word and to apply it in a loyal manner. This is the moment for you to run the race that is standing in front of you on the backstretch of the favor that I have bestowed upon you and the vigor that I have poured into your spiritual sinews. You are going to run the path of my commandments with renewed vigor and renewed endowment in order to fulfill the role of champion that I have called you to be. The Father says, I am your refreshing. There will be many people on the right and on the left who will want to provide you something to drink of their thoughts or give you advice on how to run the race. However, the Father says, I am your refreshing. Do not let other people or their thoughts on the decisions you have made divert your attention away from what it is that I intend to accomplish. In order for me to be able to conduct a great building up, there is a large amount of tearing down that is taking place in your life. The Father continues, I am going to do something new and exciting, so get ready. Your running shoes should be put on. Because the ideas of men will not be able to support you where I am heading you, the Father instructs that you should immerse yourselves in my truth rather than hearing the thoughts of other people. This is a really serious affair. This is a period of great significance, but it is also a time of blessing. As you humble yourself and find a space in your life where you can re-establish your collaboration with me and my word, the Father says that the blessings that you have been waiting for a very long time are on their way to you now. In any circumstance that you find yourself in, the Father instructs you to think as I think and to make decisions as I make. Rather than basing your decisions on any other standard or influence, you should make it a point to only base your decisions on what you hear me say. You must not allow yourself to become engrossed in the internal monologue of uncertainty, anxiety, and the appearance of things from the outside. The time has come to call into question the dogma of the seen, the lessons that life brings you, or the ways in which circumstances shape your way of thinking. Make my word the gold standard in every difficulty you meet, and then you will witness the Goliaths fall in failure, and you will take their head off with their own sword. This is what you will experience. If you open your eyes in the Spirit, you will see that I am striving to bring about the finest possible conclusion for you, even though things may appear to be going in a different direction in the actual world. It is important to recognize that it is time to enter a state of rest when your body is attempting to trigger a panic attack. While you are resting in me and resting in my word, recognize that my hand is working in the background. There is no way to avoid failure and disappointment if you choose to take issues into your own hands. Take a step back from the chaos and turmoil that is occurring around you. Your focus should be on the unchanging truth of my love for you and the promise that is found in the texts of the Bible. You are not the only one. It is not up to you to decide what to do. If you keep your attention fixed on me, I will continue to move and I will continue to work. The Father has spoken to us today, saying, my unwavering determination is getting you through to victory. It is possible that the people around you will alter their minds, violate their commitments, and exclude you from their lives, but I will never abandon you. Your share is to calm yourself in my presence and realize that man is not your source, nor is the arm of flesh your strength. The flesh will always explain itself, but your lot is to silence yourself in my presence. Each and every one of my words promises is both an oath and a covenant. I solemnly swear that by blessing you, I will bless you, and that the accomplishment of my goal will not be impeded or thwarted by anything. Be conscious of the fact that the unwavering nature of my favor in your life will never be challenged by anything or anybody until the fulfillment of my good word on your behalf has been accomplished. The Father tells you that now is the time for you to make your move. In the same way that I have planned to bless you, then let your unwavering intention be to seize that blessing and to make the truth of my word the defining characteristic of each and every circumstance that you encounter in your life. There is no exclusion for you. You are not excluded from the group. I am trying to will and to do my good pleasure in every single aspect of your existence, down to the smallest piece of information. When you open your eyes, you will see that there are more people in the skies who are on your side than there are those on earth who are working against you. Men and people are subject to change, but my will is unchanging, hence, the outcome is guaranteed, and the fulfillment of my promise is guaranteed to take place in your life. Today, the Father tells us to rejoice and be joyful over the fact that I have selected you for the purposes that I am unfolding. In your life right now, the projects of my kingdom are being planned out and put into action. Neither the circumstances nor the circumstances surrounding you are arbitrary or unplanned. Despite the fact that the adversary is trying to persuade you otherwise, I am here to tell you that you are not a product of chance or a birth accident. For the purpose of bringing you to the kingdom at this particular moment, I have brought you there so that I can bring glory to myself and bring about the furthering of my will and my work through the giftings and anointings that I have bestowed upon you. The Father wishes for you to receive the new anointing of my Spirit for the purpose of service. Today is a day filled with brand new assignments. We are witnessing the extinction of old things and the emergence of new things. Are you prepared to experience a fresh beginning in your life and a new purpose? The fact that things in your past did not turn out the way you had hoped they would should not cause you to worry or feel disheartened. The thoughts that I have are not the same as the thoughts that you have, and my plans are moving forward without any obstacles in regard to you. As the Father says, have faith in me. I will take care of it from here on out, because there are wonderful things that are waiting for you that you are not aware of, and they will cause you to joy and understand that I have never abandoned you. In today's message, the Father says, I want you to get everything that Calvary would have paid for on your behalf. You have been acquired through a buy. For the sake of bringing you from the realm of darkness into the kingdom of light, I have performed the job of a kinsman redeemer with my own hands. There is a comprehensive inventory of blessings, benefits, and increases waiting for you in my house, and it is already prepared and organized for you. Recognize it as your own and take ownership of it. Those who hurl insults, negativity, and disqualifications at you should be ignored. They should be treated as if they have no ears. Why should you listen to them if I'm not listening to them? Listen, my dearly beloved, the voice of Calvary's provision speaks far louder in your defense than the people in your life who are conceited, uninformed, and unenlightened. These individuals continue to dig up what I have already dealt with by the blood of heaven's best in your favor. And I will show mercy to those who are merciful. For those individuals who are unable to remember the past, I will not hold their past accountable for the events that will occur in the future of their life. This is the time for you to forgiving, releasing, and blessing others. Concerns regarding forgiveness are like to weeds in your garden. You are able to cope with them, but eventually, they will grow back again given enough time. Ensure that you continue to be diligent so that the weeds of unforgiveness do not suffocate what I am putting forth in your life, that is kindness from me. I am a God who rejoices in kindness, clemency, and release, and those who refuse to bless, release, and forgive will experience the full measure of their own cruelty. I am willing to forgive, release, and bless those who refuse to forgive. That is your portion, as well as the portion of all those who accept my truth and have the ability to let go of the past. Those who bless you, I will bless, and those who curse you, I will curse, and those who even tamper with you in the least aspect, I will execrate from your life, so leave them to me. When I am merciful, I will show mercy, yet, when I am unmerciful, I will move to convince them of the mistake of their ways and make them to see that the cost of criticism, judgment, and bitterness is a price that is far too great to pay. Have faith in me since I am working on this. Never rely on your own initiative to solve a problem. In proportion to the degree to which you bless and release those who have committed offenses, I will exponentially enhance the ease of your yoke and the lightness of your burdens in your own circumstances. In today's message, the Father asserts that the kingdom is not being besieged and that it is really receiving funding. Never lose sight of the fact that your future is not in the hands of the mob, nor is it in the hands of the governments that are made up of mere mortals. The person who touches you or anything that is related to you touches the pupil of my eye. You are my particular treasure, and I am touched by anyone who touches you. You will be blessed by those who bless you, and those who act in a manner that is contrary to what I have stated about you will be removed from your life. Your destiny will not be altered. I am the one who holds your life, and you are protected from any kind of danger. In light of this, the Father advises you to exercise caution. Be careful for nothing, but in everything, offer thanks, since I am taking you through and bringing you out of the oven of affliction and persecution without even the smell of smoke on your garments. Be concerned for nothing, but give thanks through everything. You are not going to bend, and you are not going to bow down to the tyranny of the opinions of other people or their ambitions that are in opposition to who I am and what I have declared over your life. Even in the middle of the upheaval and turbulence that is coming upon the planet, my promise will rise up to meet you, cover you, and grow you. All you need to do is open your lips and speak the decree. The provision for your health and well-being is not hidden behind a mask, but rather it is on the cross, as the Father has revealed to us today. If I were to certify that I would not inflict upon the Israelites the sicknesses that the Egyptians were afflicted with, how much more would I do that? And on what other promises do you consider yourselves to be more confident? Your blessing does not originate from the mountain that was consumed by fire or from the blood of animals who were sacrificed on an altar that was located on earth. The lifeblood of heaven's darling was shed on your behalf 2,000 years ago, and it was used to purchase your health, provision, and well-being once and for all. Regarding the things that you see coming upon the planet, God says that you need not be afraid. It is possible that 1,000 may fall into your right hand and 10,000 will fall into your left hand, but it will not come close to you. I have protected you with my feathers and kept you under my wings, so the only way you will be able to see the disaster that the wicked have brought upon you is through your eyes. In what ways might a man harm you? Heaven does not have any epidemics, and my kingdom does not have any pandemics. Your citizenship is in heaven, where Corona does not wear a crown, and the promises of my word have the last say on what happens in your life after this. This day, the Father declares, I am not a God of poverty, rather, I am a God of financial success. The gospel that I have preached to you has been consecrated by those who have taught you otherwise. The reason I came was so that you could have life and that in greater abundance. Not a single thing is lacking in plenty. In abundance, there is no such thing as wanting. The lesson that you will learn from men is that poverty is your lot in life, but they will never explain it to anybody else. I would like for you to flourish and be in good health, just as I would like for your soul to flourish. Reject all such lines of thinking. Could your spirit be flourishing? Your journey to heaven is about to begin. You are a royal offspring as a child. You are my chosen and peculiar possession, and it is my intention that your life in the here and now becomes a reflection of what I have selected for you in the past. My child, the poverty that I am experiencing on this planet is working via the power of substitution to bring supply and increase into your life. Now is the moment to act. At this very moment, the day of your salvation has arrived, and there will be no omissions. There is a shift occurring in both your personal life and your financial condition as a result of my actions. I am bringing the blessing that brings good fortune without bringing any more misery with it. In your eyes, this is like having heaven on earth for a few days. I have placed heaven above, around, and under you, and now you will be like those who dreamed of the blessing and the advantage and the open heaven that I have already created for you. Now there is even more deprivation. The end of destitution has arrived. There is a manifestation of the increase of kings in your situation right now. When you face a problem, you are surrounded by the blood of a king, which rushes through your veins. It is not possible for you to be excluded since I have incorporated you into the complete work of redemption via the work of the cross. In today's message, the Father says, "We play until you win." You might have the impression that you have lost out, but in reality, you have not. However, the fact that other people are gloating about themselves and leaving you behind does not indicate that I have abandoned you or made any other decision than to carry out the same thing that I pledged to do. Please be aware that I want you to take it easy and focus on the here and now. Even though you believe that you have wasted years of effort and sacrifice, this does not indicate that you have let yourself fall behind or that you have lost your way. Because I tell you that you have sufficient time to achieve everything that I have placed on your heart, the Father assures you that time is not running out anymore. I am entirely in control of what occurs next in the scenario, so you should not give in to the false sense of urgency that is emanating from the enemy's camp. Even though they believe they are in charge, I am in complete control of what happens. The Father adds, I am unwrapping a new set of giftings to take you forward in this new season because I want to take you forward. Regardless of the doubters and the doom and gloomers who see nothing but hardship, I tell you that the kingdoms of this world have become the kingdoms of your Lord, and His Christ, and I shall rule both in your here and now and forever. There are certain things that you have not witnessed in their entirety come to occur. This does not imply that you did not hear me in a clear manner. Please continue to keep vigilance, wait, and anticipate, for I am restoring everything that the adversary has claimed. On the contrary, there is not a single thing that will be overlooked or ignored in any way. My goodness and favor are being brought into your life in such a way that will delight your heart and give you abundant cause for gladness. Stay in the place of trust and rest knowing that I am working, and I am bringing about more than you could ever anticipate in your life. Currently, the Father is saying, I am growing you into the full stature of the Christ anointing at this very moment. The works that I manifested on earth will be demonstrated by you, and even greater works will be demonstrated by you, because the path into the holy ones has been made clear so that you can come and participate, and you will be refreshed, and you will go forth and refresh others. It is not more than you are able to bear that you are taking on. Those who are hurting and wounded on the roads of life should not be ignored, and you should not turn a blind eye to them. Reach out and make a difference even when others are passing by, as though to say, "Not my problem, not my responsibility." Let my compassion rise up within you to see those that others look right through, and in that compassion, you will make a difference and receive a reward for your willingness to obey and be inconvenienced in the situation. During those times of difficulties and on those days when treachery and betrayal appear to appear on every hand, there have been incidents that have occurred. To move on, you must forgive them. Make the conscious decision to not let the source of your resentment or your longing for relationships that have ended cloud your judgment. Maintain a heart that is softened by the oil of my Spirit, because there are things, many things that I am ready to speak to you about in the secret place, but you cannot enter with all of that filling your mind. This is what the Father says: "Seek my kingdom, always seek my kingdom, for I reward those who seek before me." It is my intention to respond to your inquiry. I will be found of you, and I will activate who I am on the inside of you, and you will fulfill my mission and serve me without interruption, says the Father. You have sought me, and I will find you. As of today, the Father instructs you to enfold your face in your mantle and listen to what I have to say to you during this time of year. Within you, by my hand, there is a portion of the ministry and a measure of the anointing to heal those who are broken-hearted and to put right courses before those who are out of the way. The same obligation was placed upon you when you were younger, but you were not prepared for it, since there was a need for refinement to take place. This is the same obligation that you are currently facing. That fire has been extinguished, and I have removed the dross of carnal thinking. Now you are returning once more to the altar of commitment, where you are required to make a decision regarding whether or not you will accept the assignment that I have placed in front of you. Keep in mind that I am the one who qualifies you. You have the tendency to believe that you are unqualified, and it is true that there are people in your immediate environment who only perceive your shortcomings. I say to you, view just through the filter that I looked through before the foundation of the world when I called you and anointed you to serve in my kingdom. Because I have put you into a dry area filled with vessels that have nothing but dust and carnality to pour forth, you are going to have an impact on a great number of people by your actions. I am causing you to taste of my grace and to rear up an oasis of refreshing, so that individuals who have spent their entire lives chasing mirages may come to you and find something substantial in you that will sustain them for the journey, just as I have sustained you during your sojourn. I am doing this as a root that has sprung from the bottom of the desert. If you remain faithful in the work that I have commanded you to undertake, you will not be disregarded or let down in any way. The Father has revealed to you today that my times are causing things to change in your life. What was successful the day before is not going to be successful today, because I am leading you to new territory where you have the opportunity to stake a claim, establish yourself, and obtain the things that I have promised you in the days that before. Do not be scared to let go, for the liberties of yesterday become the captivities of today when the pillar of cloud has moved, and the pillar of fire is inviting you on. As you go forth in accordance with my Kairos timing, the Father responds, "Trust me," and it takes place from here. I want you to remain in a state of acute sensitivity to the pull of my spirit upon your heart, because new doors are opening, and I want you to walk without hesitation into the new things that are coming your way. Changes are occurring in relationships. While some friendships are growing stronger, others are withering away and falling by the wayside. Everything should be held loosely. When you should only rely on me for something, you should never make the mistake of looking to other people for it. Even in situations where everyone else around you is turning their backs and walking away, I am your rock and your strength. It is not the familiarity of the faces that surround you that provides you with security. Rather, it is the presence of my spirit within you that guides you along the path that is narrow and that no one else will follow along with you. There will soon be new partnerships in the kingdom purpose that will take the place of those that have come to an end. Give forgiveness to those who have let you down. You are going to have to come to terms with the fact that they are nothing more than flesh, and by doing so, you will be able to move on with your life. As of today, the Father has communicated to you that I am turning the page and beginning an entirely new chapter in your life. At this point, you have successfully transitioned into a new season. Even at this very now, unimaginable visions and dreams are being born in you in order to establish and make known my glory in you, on you, and all around you. This is a period when you are experiencing the birth of these things. As you make the decision to manifest my nature and my kingdom in your words and actions today, the manifestation of my glory will be dependent on your thoughts. Please choose to do so. My spirit is moving, and my spirit is speaking to you about new directions and new encounters in which you might discover things about who I am and what I am doing in your life and in the lives of those around you that you have desired to know. My spirit is moving, and my spirit is speaking to you about. Do not be terrified of achieving success. Make sure that you do not let the fact that you have spent your entire life experiencing failure and disappointment prevent you from taking risks and venturing out to explore new territory in my kingdom. You are being provided for by me via the glory, which comes from the supply that has been prepared for you in the heavenlies. Before the earth was even brought into existence, this season that you are about to enter was planned out in advance. Those things that you have requested that I put into effect are now being brought to fruition, and the discussions have been concluded. Your role is to pay attention, listen, and obey, and to move in accordance with my timing. Today, the Father declares that you should dwell in the abundance of my goodness. Your journey with me is not a matter that is unchanging and indifferent. As you continue to walk in my spirit and live in my spirit, a courtship is taking place between us, because you are my beloved, and I am yours. As long as you keep your attention fixed on me and refuse to let yourself be distracted in any way, I will not withhold anything from you about the goodness and favor that I have intended for you. My embrace and courting are growing more intense with each successive breath, and as a result, joy and blessing are flooding into your life like an overflowing river. Please do not bemoan or grieve at this hour of the day. Even though there is darkness, even a horrible darkness, on the ground, what does it matter to you when I am the cloud that keeps you safe and guides you through every challenge? I am the pillar of fire that keeps you safe at night and the cloud that keeps you safe during the day. Be aware of this, says the Father. Victory and delight are saved up and waiting for the occasion of your faithful answer to each and every command that you carry out in every arena of endeavor that you act in. The coming of fresh dreams and ambitions, as well as things that have not yet entered the mind of man, are things that I am willing to do and willing to bring forth in the land during this season. You should be aware that you are not in danger even if you decide to stroll on the lake or leap over the railing. Proceed to leave the building. I want you to leave the shallows of the things that are in my kingdom and come out to the places where there are waters suitable for swimming. We will never longer look backward. There will be no more glancing from side to side. Instead, you will only look ahead, with the assurance that what lies ahead is nothing more than the fulfillment of your deepest heart's desire and your most ambitious ambition.